9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
2, 1. Hello and welcome to the stream. Yes, I was muted. Talking to myself, dead air. You were listening to great music. I was listening to myself. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I've done it again. But you obviously missed the good news. The good news is here. And it deserves me turning on the music so you can focus on my voice and my voice only. Longer streams are coming soon. They start next week. YouTube content on my Buzz the Net gaming channel is back again. We are going to have shows. Yes, I'll have episodes. I haven't figured out what the episodes are going to be about, but we will have episodes. I don't know what they're going to be. Ideas from you guys on what I should be doing would be appreciated. Yes, after all, it's for you guys. Yes, because I finally got help at home. Yes, this means that I don't have to step out of the room to make sure my kids finish their dinner, convince them that they should go to bed. I mean, I still have to look after the kids, that's for sure, because I still have to teach them, because I do teach them at home. But it means that a lot of the things that were taking up my time, especially me having to wake up at 4 a.m. to make breakfast for them and to make their lunch. Somebody else is going to be doing it. She's going to be living in. She's like a governor's helper of sorts. Yeah. So it took me a while to find someone, but I'm hoping she works out, because the first one was literally irreplaceable, but she had to go home. Some family emergency. And she regrets that move now, and she wished that she could come back. But the laws in this country are very straightforward and clear. She can't. And I'm looking at the table, and the season has started, and I'm already ahead of Spurs and Brighton. This is not looking good for all of you, man. My ass man is doing really well. But before we do all that, let's talk about the World Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Cup. Now, I did say Brazil is not going to make it to the quarterfinals. I was very, very clear on that. Brazil was not going to go through. They were not going to lift the title. Okay? That's the only thing I got right. I was expecting Mexico to beat England. But Mexico, on the other hand, lost to England. They put up a good fight, but, they just couldn't find the back of the net. Norway beat Brazil, which was not unsurprising, because I did expect Brazil to have a hard fight. I mean, their route to the final was quite difficult, and meeting Norway with Erling Haaland eager on the Golden Boot, because the Golden Boot now is a three horse race, right? So it's between Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, and Lionel Messi. And all the three teams are still in the competition. And Erling Haaland will set history. He will make history if he beat Gerd Müller's record, right? Which is the most number of goals scored in a single World Cup. And he is on track. He is on track. He's on fire, and he is well nigh unstoppable. And that Norwegian team, which was prolific in qualifiers, is just as prolific in this round of competition. That win against Brazil is going to be huge for them. And now they have a relatively interesting match coming up. I think they should be playing Mexico, right? No, they should be playing. Will they play England? Yeah. Okay. But that is not the news of the World Cup. Okay, the news of the World Cup, in my honest opinion, is this. It's this stupid thing that has happened, which has pissed me off to no end. Okay. The red card system has come under fire at the World Cup. And it's not unsurprising because there have been some interesting decisions made as far as red cards are concerned in the last few years. Most notably, Cristiano Ronaldo was allowed to take part in the Euros, even though he had a red card that would have ruled him out, right? And they used that rule 47 to allow him to come back and play. And now, Florian Balogun, okay, who's, okay, to be fair, let's just put it on paper, right? The question is, we've had incidents where the red card has not appeared like a red card. And to be fair to the player himself, it did not look like a red card. It only became apparent it was a red card after video replay that showed the stomping, right? So wait, let me see if I've got a picture. I think I have a picture. There we go. This picture here, you can see clearly his foot, right, is stomping on the player's leg, right? So, and this is a horrific one. So, but after the fact, it was deemed a red card. Now, the rules are clear. Okay, there usually has to be intent, but here this is the intent thing becomes a bit murky because when a player goes sliding in, lands on his feet, sometimes the follow through takes a player out. But here, this is where the intention to go in becomes very clear. Like if you're going in to challenge for a ball, you made the decision to go in. Now, if you made the decision to go in, and if it results in an ugly tackle, you get sent off. That's clear. Because you could have pulled out of the challenge, but you didn't. So this becomes that kind of an argument, right? You could have pulled out of the challenge, but you didn't. You went in, challenged for the ball, you stepped on his leg, but it's a 50-50 because the player wasn't looking at the opposition player. So there is this argument that it's a bit unfair. But the red card was already awarded. In this game, there wasn't even a free kick, which was odd. Because when this foul happened, even the referee was thinking it's not a foul, didn't even award a free kick, but he awarded a red card. So that's the argument for it being an extremely harsh decision. And they go to this rule called Rule 47, which actually is like the referee's version of the UN veto. Okay. You know, the Security Council at the United Nations can pass resolutions, but Russia and the USA hold veto power. So essentially they can veto anything they don't like, right? So if all the members go, we want to destroy all nuclear weapons, US goes up, we veto that, so that's it, fine. 7 people may have voted, doesn't matter. The one dissenting vote the one with the veto holds the power. And that's the case with Rule 47. Rule 47 can veto any referee's decision, but it's not being used very often in history, right? So it was used for Ronaldo. It was used for Garrincha in the 1970 World Cup, where he was given a red card but was allowed to play in the next game. So it has been used before. It's not like it's never been used and it's been pulled out of the ether. But people like Wayne Rooney are really upset because Wayne Rooney had a 3-match ban that would have seen him miss out on the first 3 matches of the Euros, right? Because he got a red card before the tournament. Interestingly enough, FIFA reached out to Wayne Rooney in an interview. Just go and hunt down on Twitter. He goes out to mention that they were willing to take off one of his red cards, so he's only suspended for 2 games, if he goes for a training session with kids. And he went, that's not right. I'm not going to bother. I'll take the 3-card ban. So the question becomes, what's the point of these red card offenses if FIFA can choose when and where to implement them for whatever reason? It brings me back to my final point, this World Cup. Interestingly enough, if you do enough reading, you'll find out that Trump's White House called FIFA up 3 times to protest this decision. They even got a legal team together to challenge VAR, the use of slow motion replays to, punish players. They wanted to file a legal action against FIFA on their use of video assisted referees. Now, this would have opened a big can of worms for FIFA. Because if this goes through and he gets challenged and he goes to the courts, and suddenly, because which other courts are going to do this? The American courts, of course. And who controls the American courts? Yes, you know who, right? So let's assume, for the sake of argument, it would have gone through, right? Then it would open a can of worms, and FIFA didn't want to go that direction. So that is the whole rationale behind rescinding the red card. They rescinded the red card because it would have been expedient to do it, so they don't get any other backlash, and that's the reason why. But I have a more interesting conspiratorial idea. It's all about the money. As long as the USA is in the World Cup, those hydration breaks are going to bring in the moolah for those companies that have got ads that are going through, because this World Cup happens to be a bonanza for advertising companies. Hydration breaks are making a lot of money for these advertising companies. It's like crazy. I've seen the ads. I've seen the American shows, and I've seen the amount of ads that are going through the hydration breaks. And these ads aren't priced like at a price point, like says, okay, 1 million for a 30-second ad. No, they normally auction the ad spots. So you have to go, and knowing FIFA, they would have auctioned it. So it becomes a case of who is willing to pay the most for this spot, you can have it. It's like the Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl ad spots are also auctioned off. So I'm very, very sure they were auctioned off, and that's the primary reason why Norway is still in the World Cup. Yes, Norway will be in the World Cup because, let's face it, okay? I'm not saying Norway don't deserve it, but let's look at the money side. Erling Haaland is singularly a tsunami in China for money making, right? So every time Erling Haaland shows up, they got memes of Erling Haaland flooding the China. He is a Chinese hero, no? As far as the China has adopted Norway as a team. So as far as the ad dollars will go, Norway must carry on, man. We're making a lot of money. If Norway goes out, money stops flowing already, because nobody's going to be interested in putting money on who? On some team like, Germany or Holland. Who cares about Germany? Who cares about Holland? They can't even pronounce their names. Norway, yes. USA, yes. Argentina, of course, they got Lionel Messi. They'll sell jerseys by the truckloads. So my argument is going to be that it's all about the money. And at the end of the day, we are all watching money being made. I have stopped watching. I used to be a big fan of the NFL. I used to watch, I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan. And for ice hockey, I support the New York Rangers. I used to watch them religiously. Okay, I used to I never miss a Rangers game. But the last time I spent all that time staring at Rangers play ice hockey was Mark Messier. When the last time I was watching Detroit Pistons, because that's my NBA team. Okay, I'm a hardcore Detroit Pistons fan. I watched the ups and downs of the last few years, and this season I was hooked to the Pistons again because of their run. They run all the way to the playoffs. I was like, oh my God, this is the year. Of course, it wasn't. But how do you watch their games now? If you look at the total amount of game time that they have, it's not very much, no. But there's a lot of advertising. There's a lot of ad spots. So, yeah, for American football, I'm a 49ers fan. So I support the San Francisco 49ers. For ice hockey, I support the Rangers. For baseball, I support the Orioles. So I got the Baltimore Orioles. I have the New York Rangers. I have the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, I have a baseball team. I have a basketball team. I have an NBA team. All right. Okay, all three are covered. So I'm huge, man. You grew up with Lakers and the Bulls. Yeah, I know. For me, it's the Detroit Pistons. I love the Pistons because I like that whole. I like their style of play last time. A taxi driver behind the Great Wall pretty much shared his fascination with Erling Haaland. Hey, China has adopted Norway as their favorite country outside of. I'll tell you that Norway wants China to adopt them because there's going to be a lot of Chinese tourists going to Norway now, right? Everybody wants to be going. Everybody wants to know where Erling Haaland went to school, which was his favorite restaurant. Where does Erling Haaland go for dinner? Where does he go for lunch? Where does he go for his training? They want to send their Chinese children to their country for training. Hey, for the next 50 years, Norway is just China's satellite for all their tourism needs. Because right now in China, Erling Haaland is bigger than God. He is huge in China. I mean, he is massive. The last time there was a player this massive in China was Michael Jordan. Yeah. Don't talk about Roger Federer. They're not interested in tennis. They're not interested in anything else. It was Michael Jordan. Since then, they have supported no other team. Huh? Lionel Messi does not generate any interest in China. No? Nobody cares about Lionel Messi in China. But Erling Haaland, it's that whole persona, that Viking personality that the Chinese actually they get drawn to these kind of personalities. Okay, so that's the one. So you just watch all the money go in for them. Anyway, that was my aside for the World Cup. And once again, we'll be doing longer streams from next week onwards on Mondays. Let me get some content. I'm planning on doing some content for you guys. So those guys on Discord or even you guys on chat, just in the comments for today's show, tell me what kind of shows you want me to do. What kind of guides do you want to see for Football Manager, if any? I will do some guides, but, let's see what we can do. All right. Now, as you know, we just finished we are now into season 8, right? So let's review our seasons thus far. Stages, okay. We saw season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, season 6. So in season 1, we finished 10th. We were relegation contenders. We finished 10th. Of course, Spurs and Liverpool were here. And then Brighton at that point wasn't managed by anyone, I think. Yeah. And then in season 2, we had Brighton, then Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. We finished second. But this rule hadn't been implemented, where if I finish ahead of anybody else, you lose your transfer powers. So we finished 7th. That after that year, we lost all our players. And then we finished 14th because they sold all our players. So I have to manage whatever squad my owners buy. Liverpool finished 1st and then Spurs finished 3rd. And then the next season, Liverpool, Spurs, Nottingham Forest. Of course, Brighton was now 12 close challengers. Again, I have to make do with the team that has been given to me. Season 29, last season, we finished 8th. Spurs finished 9th. That meant that Spurs lose their power to do transfers. Okay, so this season, I've gone on holiday and I've just come back and my team has won the first 3 games. They're sitting pretty at the top of the table. Oh, baby. This is exciting news, man. Exciting news. But before we do anything else, let's come in here. Let's go in here and then make sure that these managers, we relinquish control. And only I'm in control. So now what we'll do is we'll check out the transfer market. Let's look at the transfers, okay? Let's look at the clubs. So first up, let's check in with Liverpool. What have they done? So these Liverpool is allowed to use the transfer budget, right? Sticky Press is in running this club. So let's see. Transfers in, nobody. Towards the end of the season, he did let a couple of players go. He let Paulo Roberto from ATP go for 14.5. When the season ended immediately, he let June 2030. So here we go. These are the players he let go. Michel from Corinthians was 17 million. Michel, Mabel. So he went. And Matthias Montserrat went on to Boca Juniors, a youngster. And then who did he bring in? Paulo Roberto on loan. Darren Shanahan on loan. Adam Clarkson on loan. Lee Dale from Aston Villa. So basically no one. No one. He has not brought anybody else in, which is interesting. Liverpool are very confident, it appears, right? Liverpool haven't added anyone else into their squad. Wow. Okay, let's look at Spurs. Spurs, what have you done? Spurs cannot do anything. because the manager can't bring in. So what did the AI do to them? This is interesting. So the AI let Dane Murray go for 2.8 million, and then they added Dane Murray and Christian Chicozi. So this is interesting additions. So the AI added central defender and another central. So the AI added two central defenders. On the way out of the club was Mickey Moore. Mickey Moore, the AI decided we're gonna let you go. That was in June, sorry. In June, only one fella. Lah. Yeah, February was the last transfer window. That's Mickey Moore, right? So that was not the AI. That was you, right? Mickey Moore went. So they haven't added any significant players to the squad except for these two. No one else left the club. Brighton was finished ahead of your team. They haven't added any strength to your side. Spurs fan, you're in trouble. No, Brighton. But look at where Brighton are. Brighton are in deep trouble. Okay, transfer history. So transfers in, who have they added to the squad? So they've added, wow, look at him do the business, man. He definitely, oh my goodness. Spurs has gone out there and he has strengthened his squad. Aito Baledi added. Richard Lee Sumta added. He added Quentin Atiga, another goalkeeper added. Eloy Gomez added. For 20 million, Diego Cochin from Barcelona, another goalkeeper, young goalkeeper. Shaquille Van Persie, this is a player, man. He's not a bad player. I don't know what his attributes look like, but he got him for 70. I remember signing this guy before. Oscar Gulo Matai, Rooney Badge from Sunderland. Wow, he's got some interesting players. 57, sprung a lot of money for these players. Wow, he's gone in. He's signed a lot of players. Enzo Barancha from Real Madrid, Leipzig, Yase Kagia, another midfielder, Ignace, which a wingback. Wow, this is a pacey wingback, very strong. Cosimo Fioroni from Sevilla, a DM. Ben Gannon Doak, the winger from Liverpool, he's very pacey, very good on the ball. Maxence Lacroix, the midfield, he can play in midfield as well, so he's quite versatile. Wow, he's really gone in there and unloaded. Aiden he probably thinks he's not going to get a transfer window, so he went and bought as many players as he could. And he sold Bert Verbruggen, the goalkeeper, and Jean-Paul Van Heck to Atletico Madrid. So he has gone in big time. But the result hasn't been good for him because Brighton have only won one game, right? Or drawn 3 times. Whichever way you look at it is not enough. In the Champions League, the Europa Conference League, Pek Zwolle, I lost to them. Wow. I'm in the Europa, man. In the competitions. Not bad. We had a Conference League, the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup. We're still in the Conference League. Not bad. That means Brighton are also in Europe. Brighton are in Europe too, man. Let's look at Brighton, right? Brighton are in Europe, right? So let's check out. Let's see how they're doing in Europe. So they're in the Europa League. How are Brighton doing in the Europa League? So they haven't played any games yet. Yeah, okay. So, they are fighting on two fronts this season. So let's recruitment for my team, transfer activity, transfer history. Okay, so Giovanni Leone in the defender. Okay, he's been there, so I am not surprised, right? They added this. We knew Chichem Titi also. We knew was going to come in. Tom Bischoff added. Ralph Vanderberg added. Joe Redhead added. Striker. This guy is new, young, Canadian striker. Dean Matthews from Liverpool. These guys, these are too late. So we haven't really gone out there and added any other players. But looking at my tactics, this is the system that we're using and our results. So let's go to the portal fixture schedule. So how have we done so far? So our first game of the season was a 1-0 win over Aston Villa. Who did they play with? Bischoff in front, McAtee, Ferguson, Chemtiti, Fujita, Williams. Nico is still here. Nathaniel Brown is still here. Leone Danso. Okay. Good start. Then we beat Fulham away. Bischoff, McAtee, Ferguson, Chemtiti in this position. My goodness. This assistant manager is lucky he still has a job. Play my players so out of position. Okay, we won away, right? So we managed to go through to the league. The playoffs, we did okay. Leicester City at home, we beat them 1-0. Okay, so we're coming to our fourth game. You bulked up the squad. Very nice. Cosmos, you have a very good one. Did you create Joey Gold Smash or FM26? No, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't create Joey Gold Smash. Yeah. Everton, we are now traveling away to Everton, which is going to be 31st of August. I think I need to register my team. Recruitment, squad, first team. Do 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 do. I don't know. I'm in trouble today. Or I don't know why, but songs from Five are ringing through my head. It's been like that the whole day. I don't know. I have no idea why. Okay, we'll add him to the squad. Stavo, how long is he out for? He's under 21. He's still injured. 3 weeks. He's quite a while. Okay, let's look at our under 21s. See any under 21 high potential player has a chance to play. McGuinness is a goalkeeper. He's on loan. Len Haddock, 17 years old. Scott Keegan. Mark Riley. Mark Riley has got to be on loan. I'm not going to use him, right? So better make sure he's on loan. Then any other players? Okay, but let's arrange them by age. Make sure that everybody who's 20 years old better have the loan status as available for loan. Yeah. Connor Fitzgerald. Salvatore. Okay, can I do multiples? Shane Osborne. These two. Yep, I can do multiples. I know I just did Mark Riley, so we will ignore this one. And these two. Yeah, okay. Let's just make sure they're available for loan. The moment they're 18, I don't want them to play for me. Yeah, they have to leave the club. Let's see if any club out there is willing to give them a shot. Because players like this player probably doesn't have a lot. Because looking at the concentration, only these two, maybe he has a chance to make it into the first team. But look at the 8, 7, and 5. Even here, so right, these attributes are just too low. I'm looking to see this view just gives me these are the for me like meta attributes: acceleration, concentration, first touch, work rate, determination, jumping. So from here, I will go in and make a determination. In fact, I got one more attribute I didn't add. Okay, aggression. So I should add aggression. Yeah, so now aggression, right, is also there. So I can look one glance, right, whether or not these guys should be playing first team football. Like here, first touch is really poor. I mean, there's a goalkeeper. Here, concentration so low. Here's acceleration is a goalkeeper, so no bother. So you see how weak the AI is at development. Because normally I don't have this low for concentration if I do my own training schedules. Yeah. I do think that you should take over training if you can, if you have the bandwidth to do it. But the problem with the game at the moment is the UI is not very friendly towards people who want to do their own training, which is the reason why I avoid it. I mean, I'm willing to take the hit for development, but if you're min-maxing and you only have so much money you can spend, and you want to make sure you get the best bang for buck for your players, then you have to min-max. Yeah. Then you probably are going to not want to play FM26. You've thought you missed out Europe. You are still in Europe. Yeah. You're still in Europe. Because I think for some strange reason, the top 10, the top 9 teams made it to Europe. Wow, there's a lot of teams in England that can take part in Europe. Yeah, there's quite a lot of players. Top 10 target. Once again, guys, if I catch Liverpool, because now I'm ahead of Spurs, right? But it's still early days, only 3 games played. Me staying on top of the table is not going to be easy. But if I can catch Tiki Press, Liverpool, Spurs and Brighton, they lose their transfer market in December. So they have to work very hard. So who do you think is going to win the World Cup now? I mean, with Norway being there, it definitely is true. I still believe an underdog is going to win the World Cup. And now Norway has become, for me, the favorite underdog to win the World Cup. Erling Haaland is on a mission to win the World Cup or to score the most goals. So I think that will be enough for him to carry Norway all the way. Brazil are definitely not the same proposition. I mean, Brazil, come on, man. They hardly had the ball. They hardly had the ball. Norway was in complete control of the game. It was like, I've never seen the Brazilians played off the park to that extent in my life. I've been telling everyone to look at Morocco and Algeria this World Cup, right? They are playing such beautiful football. Portugal or Spain? Spain is going to be Portugal. Yeah, I think Spain is going to be Portugal. Morocco plays beautiful football. Very, very slick ball on the ground. They move the ball really well. Very nice. Very nice football. I would definitely think that if anybody wants to watch, they play some of the most interesting. I mean, look at the goals. They're simple but well crafted. But to be fair, England's goals against Mexico are quite good as well. I mean, that Harry Kane disguised pass for Jude Bellingham to score the winner, was to give them the 2-1 lead, right? Yeah, that was very nice. I think Mexico got too wrapped up in the moment. I mean, they had so many great chances. They had sitters from in the penalty area. The guy skied to the he turned it into a satellite. The ball didn't go up. The ball didn't go towards the goal. He went straight up. Boy. And then there was one more to hit the upright. I was thinking to myself, oh my God, these guys, they don't. I was rooting for Mexico. I hate to say this. Because I wanted to see Mexico go far. I thought they had a good team. They had a very good team, just unlucky. And then the moment Kwanzaa got sent off, now I want to know whether England are going to appeal Kwanzaa's red card. They have every right to, because for me, right, the Kwanzaa red card was unfortunate because they say it's a red card. His leg only went up after he hit the deck. He was not in control of his body. When he's landing, you're not in control of your body when you're landing. Right? He did not go in with 2 full legs as well. Yeah. So I was feeling for him, man. So McAtee dance Titi. Okay, this can work. I mean, Jaden Dance playing in front. We can also put Titi in front, but then Dance is a right-footed player. Not ideal, just put him here like that. Okay. All right. We got Bischoff, Ferguson, Williams, Brown, Beraldo. I got a new player called Beraldo. Okay. All right. We got Beraldo. We got Dovan, a goalkeeper. New goalkeeper, Olivier Dovan. And then we got new goalkeeper, Mattia Fortan. Wow, we got some interesting goalkeepers names. I looking at my goalkeepers going, who are you guys? Where did you come from? So they added some goalkeepers to my squad. So I didn't sign this. This is all ass-man signing. So Patue. We got names I can't pronounce, man. Okay, in terms of strikers, right? If you lose a striker or wingers, right? That's it, no. Look at my bench. My bench has got no strikers. Yeah, I think Morocco, they play such beautiful football right now, right? Such beautiful football. Such a joy to watch them play. Okay, we are playing with everybody. I gotta give my team a break. Okay. First goal. Okay. After we get the 3 strikers to score the goals, we'll replace all 3 strikers. You gotta take all three strikers off. I gotta bring the subs on. Because I look at my subs, I got Barreiro, Endoye, Canistrelli, Fujita, Patuele, Petrosky, Dovan. I got no strikers. I don't have a single. Endoye will have to come on for Jaden Debs. Yeah. Fujita will come on for. I think Fujita can stay. Williams and Brown will have to come off. I'll probably put Endoye on the one flank and Watanabe on the other flank. Yeah, we don't want this. We cannot afford injuries to our wing backs. I think we lost one of our wing backs to a transfer as well. Because I don't see him in the I don't see Morera. They think must have loaned him, man. Quite sad if I have lost him. Yes, I don't see him. Like Leone is a fullback, Barreiro is a DM, Endoye is a striker, Canistrelli is a defender, Fujita is a midfielder, Patue, I got two goalkeepers on the bench, and Watanabe and Petrosky. Maybe I put Patue as a goalkeeper, as a striker. What a miss. Yeah, I mean, we don't have to watch this game. Let's just go on commentary mode. Yeah. Forget dynamic mode. We just go on commentary all the way. Okay, guys, I don't see the point. Okay, I'm not going to waste time on the FA Cup. Yeah. If I lose the FA Cup on commentary mode, I don't know what to say. Looking at the formation that they're using, it's quite defensive. Our defensive setup is like this. And we're only 1-0 ahead. Okay, we're gonna take off Endoye, see, look at him. He's not even ready to play. Petrosky for Ferguson. Undo. In fact, Ferguson will go out for a dance. I don't know if he can play there. We'll find out soon enough. Barreiro will play for Bischoff, and then Wendon will come here, and then Leone will play for Williams. Some quick changes, moving players around. I better not lose this game. The reason why I'm doing this is because we need to sub these players. Whether I like it or not, I have no choice. Yeah. Players that have been injury prone for a couple of seasons have to go out. You see, FA Cup. I hope there's a replay, man. Consider the goal. Terrible defending from our team. This will happen because you're playing players out, right? So Ferguson is not supposed to be playing so high up the pitch, but hey, man, I don't think I have much of a choice. Okay, so we've gotten a goal back. Barreiro beats one player, beats two players. Nice work down the right side. Gets into the area. Lays it on a silver platter for Cherm TT. Okay, all right. So we come into the combined view. Stop these two. Ferguson can at least play on the left. Okay, so 2-1 up. This should offset his offset Ferguson, because Ferguson can't play on the right. He can play on the left. This game high, the price for position. If your player is not familiar with the position, you pay a high price. That's it. It's so easy to tell if you're playing this game and you like, oh, how can I make it better? Look at his positional familiarity. And another thing is you'll see the stars as well. If there's an improvement in stars, you definitely do the right thing. He's playing in a better position. Role, I won't care. Position, I'm worried. Don't worry about role, whether it's the right attributes for the role. Sometimes he has some basic stuff he needs. Like if you want him to dribble, then your tactic, like mine is attacking space, so better have acceleration, dribbling, and first touch. So at Ferguson, he's got no acceleration or dribbling. He's at least got first touch, right? So he can get the ball under control, and you can see he's got some familiarity. Yeah. But it's still not good enough. Yeah. But so far it's 6.9. And Wenderberg can play on the right, you see. So these players, I'm playing them in positions they can play in. They're not phenomenal, but they will do a job. Yeah. But against a team that is as good as my team, I'm going to pay the price. Yeah. So we take this, we've dispatched of Peterborough. Some small money for us, 10.26. Let's go and find out about our players. Because the squad, the best place is actually go to the squad planner. Hey, don't believe you. I'm actually going squad planner. I can't believe this. Okay, there we go. Somebody is missing. Yeah, Kantai Wachon is here. We lost one player. No? Yeah, one of our players is no longer here. So let's look at the transfer market again. Every time I develop somebody, he leaves the club. What can I say, man? Transfer history out. Baragain, oh my goodness, went to St. Johnson on loan. Hubbard Miller went on loan. Rojas went on Grubber. Shooter went on loan. Jamie Judge, Alexi, Tim Kavanagh. But these guys, July, Chinazu, cannot be. Where is my. What happened to. Oh, he must be injured. His name is not on one of those players that left. So, squad. First team. Okay, filter. Unavailable. I don't see him. What happened to him? Where's my wing back? My right wing back. Filter under. Is he under 20? No, he's not. Because last season I was using somebody quite regularly. Portal. Let's go back to this. This. Where's your table? How can I? They used to have fixtures, right, last season. Nottingham Forest. Fixture list. Let's go back this season. Let's see if it's in any of these teams. There, this guy. E.S. Moreira. What happened to him? Eric da Silva Moreira. There he is. He was my player. How did he end up here? I didn't see a transfer. They paid 15.5 million for him. He was the player that I was targeting for the future to develop as my right wing back. He's gone. That's not good news, man. We have a problem in the right back department now. Now we have a big problem in this department now. Let's go under 21 best suited. Under 18 best suited corner. At under 18 best suited, this guy. Let's come here. At under 21 best suited, Salvador. At under 21 best suited, Cormac. At under 18 best suited, this guy. At under 18 best suited, this guy. Okay, let's see what we have, right? Okay, so both sides we've added players. And looking at my bench, I'm in trouble. Dean Matthews is about the only one that has a chance. So he's out on loan, out on loan. Every one of them is out on loan. Look at that. Except for Ty Gilbert. He is 17 years old. We are in. I got no wingbacks. My club sold my wingback. So I don't have a second wingback. Yeah, that's it. So it means that in our first team, for the right back department, Andoye has to play as a right back. Nico Williams is right back, then go right and left, and then we can also play Wasserman if push comes to shove. But he doesn't have a work permit, right? So he can't really play there. Then Salvador, he's in the club. I have no choice. Squad move to senior squad. Cover yeah, he has to play. He has to be moved to the senior squad. He's the only other fullback that's available. Under 18s, what do we have? Not good enough. Ross Moore. So I mean, push comes to shove. It's a lot of cases of push comes to shove. These guys can't even play. So these guys are terrible. Yeah, these guys are terrible. So if there's push comes to shove, Ross Moore, but he's still quite young. Ronan is also not good enough. Yeah. We have a problem. we have a problem in the player department. I don't have wingbacks. If we get an issue, we are in trouble. Dio Brando fan 96. Welcome. Thank you for the follow, man. Anyway, guys, coming back to our discussion of the World Cup. So, Pep Guardiola going to Klopp is confirmed taking over Germany, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, he's going to be the next Germany coach. He is definitely going. They've got a very good three-man midfielder. Of course, they got some good players in midfield. I mean, the Norwegian players, Odegaard, they've got somebody very creative. And then the rest of the team is very hardworking and very physical. So they have the talent there to do well. This Norwegian team will make it to the finals. I reckon they will be. Oh my God, Nico Williams is not injured. They will make it to the finals. Potentially, they have the road for themselves all paved ahead. Yeah. The question is going to be whether or not Argentina race, because Argentina haven't really been tested, right? I don't think Argentina have been tested in this World Cup. Okay, Arsenal play Liverpool, Aston Villa play Brighton, Bournemouth play Sunderland, Brighton away to Aston Villa, Spurs away to Leicester, and Nottingham Forest. We all have away games, man. I play Wolves. Williams is out. So I have lost my right back. So I've got no choice but to play Vandenberg here and Leone here. Yeah, we have no choice. Then we're going to put Salvador on the bench for the other goalkeeper. So this guy doesn't need to come. Yeah. That's basically it. No other players left in the squad. Okay. So we got one more slot. Nico is injured. Yeah. We can't bring anyone else. Unless you want to make a goalkeeper an outfield player. What about the under 18s or wingers? I did check that. Squad. Come back in here. Filter. We didn't check for these two positions, right? Okay. So let's first nail down who's got the most potential. So we got Len Addock, who hasn't gone anywhere. He's 17 years old. That's it. Squad. Move to senior squad. Yeah, no choice. I've got to start playing guys in the first team. He's good enough, I think. He's got the attributes. Tama Jane, not fast enough. Ty Gilbert. Ty Gilbert is actually a very interesting proposition. He's short. He's not very. He's quite nippy. But I want players that can play up top. Louis Maturna is a midfielder. No. Keontae Wachon. Yeah, he's definitely a member of the first team now. Squad, move to senior squad. Okay. All right. So we've got a couple of players that are now members of the senior squad. But registration is important. No, I don't think I made the date. Yeah. It's under 21, so it's fine. Okay. Tactics. So we can put Wachon. Where's Wachon? Oh man, Wachon. Under 21. Where's Wachon? There we go. Wachon. Pick him for this position. Wasserman is unregistered. He can't play. Garcia Chico. We got Garcia Chico. There's a chance for Chico to be in our team. I'll take it, man. Garcia Chico squad move to the first team. I mean, looking at it, got a player called Redhead to squad move to the first. I mean, look, their names alone deserve to see them be promoted to the first team. Let's be realistic, okay? They deserve to be in the first team simply because of their name. That's how players in my team make it to the big time. All they gotta do is come up to me and I check them out and I go like, what's your name? This is my name, so okay, you're in the first team. Not difficult to make it to my first team. All you need is the right surname. Okay, 20 confirm squad rise. Boom, squad numbers. Hey Jordan, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, if you got a cool name, you're in my team. What Kanche Wachon? That's the one. Another guy called Jonathan Redhead. You're in my team. So all they made it to my team is simply on their surnames. No, I don't care. You got a cool sounding surname that rolls off my tongue. You made it to my first team, man. Who cares about it? Look, this game already is too easy. We got sign the players the right metas. We got to give all the other players the same. We got to give every other player a chance to play. Or not? Out there in the real world, people play the game Football Manager. They don't look at the name. They look at the attributes. I look at the name first, then the attributes. You might have, if you have a terrible name, I don't care what your attributes are. You're not playing for me. Yeah. Look at that. I will never sign a player called Cancellieri. What the hell? Cancel. It's a part of the cancel culture. Okay. Sounds stupid, I know. Lepenan. I will never sign him. They call it leper. Damn it. No, thank you. No, he has to have a cool name. Wolf is nice. He almost made me pay the price. He almost made me pay the price. Period the team straight away. Good header. Nice. Bischoff clearing the danger, but there was nobody for the ball. Dalton. Oh no. 007 here. Timothy Dalton, right? The actor who played he was a James Bond for what? Two movies, right? It is offside. Come on. Cancel it. Cancel. Goal cancel. What can I say? Cancellieri scored the goal. Hey, what the? Nay! This is VAR corruption. Look, in the VAR annals, this is offside. Look, this is definitely offside. How is he onside? The line went to the... How is it onside? It is clearly offside. Oh my God. Never mind. I think I must have been seeing things, cannot be, I think I was seeing things. It was onside, It was onside. Look at this, right? My players put him onside, is it? Okay, look, let me check this again. I have to see it from oh shit, I hate it. No. I become affected by a stupid band from the 90s. How is he onside? They drew the line across my players, no, not across him. No. There is no way this is onside. He is, from this angle alone, he's offside. How is he onside? The ball hasn't been played yet, right? Okay, see that? Hasn't been played yet. Hasn't been played yet, right? Okay, hasn't been played yet. Okay, now. Play it forward. Okay, not yet. It's onside. Still onside. Okay, here. Now is offside. Okay, offside. Turn. Still no. Not yet. No pass hasn't been played yet. Okay, let's wait for the pass. Okay, now we look for the pass. And now it's onside. Okay, pass is played. Very, very tight. Because this pass is already 2 feet away. Okay. Probably 2 feet away. I gotta time it just nice. Okay, yeah. That. Too close. He's narrowly offside because they drew the line just now. I saw the line. He was behind the line. That's all I know. I tell you, this is a bug. I refuse to accept that he has scored a goal that is clean. Even my game has been infected by Trump. Trump, can you just stay away from Football Manager as well? Even Trump, I'm so angry. I'm praising my team. I'm affected. I'm so affected by this. Oh my God, I'm affected by this. You have to take off Ferguson. All you Muppets, get off the pitch now. No. Let's not take him off. We take on Barreiro. Wachan! Keontae Wachan! We got Salvador and Keontae Wachan. Yeah, I can't wait to play Wachan. He's gonna blow your mind, man. Tell you, there's a lot to look forward to with Wachan. Keontae Wachan. Okay, something is happening. Nathaniel Brown, okay, is Bischoff now. He finds Barreiro. Goes to Leone. Leone slices to Jaden Dance. Leone to Barreiro. There's a bit of football action happening, but we have to see the broadcast angle, It's too far away. I'm getting old. Half time. Okay, let the players come in. Okay, address the team. Sort it out. That's all we're going to say to them. Hey, seriously? Potan. Danso. Some nice names here. Leone. Nice. Vandenberg. He's not much of a, he's not really a wing back, but we just lost Nico Williams. So what can I say? Nathaniel Brown to Bischoff. Working with Nathaniel Brown is really the only winger we have. Oh my goodness. That one must look like a handball to me. Keontae Wachan. Yeah, that's it. I'm saying his name so many times. He's got to make an appearance. Okay. Keontae Wachan is heading to the pitch, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we bring on the legend, the one and only Keontae Wachan. As we seek to get a winner. I mean, I just want him playing because I want to say his name. And if he gets an assist, it's Wachan! What a move! That will forever go down in the annals of Forest history. Oh my goodness, Buzain. Okay, Vandenberg can't even get there. Yeah, McAtee wins the ball back. Nice. Plays the ball out. Wachan! He plays the ball forward. Seiwald to that was a wild crossfield pass. Okay, all right, let's go. Come on, boys. Okay, we got Sherm TT, Jaden Dance. Obviously, the three of them, they got no competition, right, for spots. So as far as they are concerned, the manager, Gaffer, has got no choice. He's got to play me, man. He's playing this tactical system. He needs three strikers. We're the only three strikers he's got. Yeah, we can have an off day today, man. It's not right. He's got no choice. He's got to play me. Yeah. So, yeah. Looks like I've been forced into another tactical system. I can't change, though. Dormola Ajayi has scored a goal. So we can berate the team one more time. They saw my wingbacks. Why do they always do this to me? I mean, look, we start a new season and they always they always like, hey, you know what? We're starting a new season. Right. We only need two wingbacks, right? The tactic only has two wingbacks. We need two only. We only need two. Right. Okay. Sell the other one off. What do we? They saw both Gallo and him. So my left wing has no wingback. My right wing has no wingback. What the am I supposed to do? This reminds me of the season where I narrowly avoided relegation. And they called me up, right? And they said, we're not happy with your league position. I'm like, I wish I could talk back to the ownership of the club and just tell them off like, we wouldn't be in this position had you decided to keep the players. Checking goal is another goal for sure. Yeah, 3-0. I'm already walking out the stadium and that's it. Boom. This is my definition of walking out the stadium, okay? Boom. We've walked out the stadium. I can instant result. Yeah, that's thank you very much. Let's go. We're not waiting around. We just take the instant result and walk out. Yeah. We don't even want to know what the scoreline is. But we want to know the scoreline for the other matches because Brighton and Spurs are smiling. There's 2 defeats in a row for us. You know what song is? I hate this band. You know why? Because the only song that seems to be ringing in my head. No, is it? I think it's not this one. Yeah, stupid band is in my head right now. 5. And for some bizarre reason, because I heard it on the radio on the way back, and that song has been in my head the whole day. It refuses to leave my brains in peace. Aston Villa, Brighton, you've lost. Oh, Brighton has lost. Liverpool also lost. That's good news. Now we wait for Spurs. Spurs won. The Spurs have won. So Liverpool and Brighton both lose. Spurs win. Good news for anybody chasing glory. Now we next. Oh no, I definitely should take a long holiday. I should have maybe gone on holiday and come back next year. We're playing Manchester United next. And the problem right now is that we have injuries to Nico Williams. No Anthony Gallo. No Moreira on the right flank. Moreira was such a versatile player. He could play as a wing back and a winger. So he gave me plenty of options because we didn't have a winger, right? So this season, we've lost Starwo to a long-term injury. We also lost Ndoye to a long-term injury. And both these players were wingers. So no wingers, no wing backs. Ay. Such is life. Maybe let's go like in this kind of a situation, we don't whinge and moan, okay? So what we do is we get out of this, we come up with another plan, okay? So squad under 21s. Let's look for any player that has the attributes to play on the flanks, okay? So what we want, we can't really do a search by attributes, can we? So what we'll do is we look for players still at the club. On loan or on trial. So those guys, high players are on loan or on trial. Okay, so all those players on loan, we don't see them now. Okay, now next we will filter all goalkeepers out. Oh, okay. All right, so goalkeepers are gone. Now we see what we can get. Tama, Chain. Can you play as a wing back? No, Ty Gilbert. Ty Gilbert maybe, but he's injured for a while. Out for 3 weeks. The thing is, when we pass our players when we look at the youth team, they're always getting injured. So, dope. Templeton. Nope. Okay, look at acceleration first. So, 15. Really short, no natural fitness. Probably will struggle. Here we got Ellis Hart. Winger, striker. Hey, Ellis Hart, we could play him as a wing back, 16 years old. But man, it will scupper his development. So only player that we can reasonably think of is Ross Moore. But he is so bad. And Mark Keane? Wait, this is like... I mean, I can't dig any lower than that for a barrel. Okay, Westerman. Yeah. Can't get a work permit. Okay, guys. That's it. We have no place. I can't loan anyone. I can't request for players. We're just hoping that the AI is smart enough to recognize that we don't have enough players. Okay, that's it. Let's accept the inevitable. At first, I thought we were top of the table, and I was thinking, oh my God, they must have gotten me some new players. Lo and behold, they didn't. The assistant manager just didn't want to get fired. That's all. So he got a good result from the 3 players, and he didn't care if they got injured. He had to get 3 good results so that the board wouldn't fire him too. And he can just point a finger at me. I can just picture this right now. They're having a meeting. They call the assistant manager in. And they ask the assistant manager, what do you think is going on? Because you did well. What's going on with the club? What's going on with the players? I don't know, man. Since he came back from holiday, the players don't seem to gravitate towards him. And now they're looking at the situation going, yeah, you know what? I think we may have to consider his position. So he's smiling because he knows that he's going to take over the job. Got a backstabbing assistant manager, most likely. Yeah, I suspect I've got a backstabbing assistant manager. All right, Garcia, Cho. We're playing Manchester United. So Vandenberg, Leone, Danso, Beraldo. Okay, Danso, what can you do? 15. Defender. Can you play on the right? I think you can't. Okay, all right. That's all. Leone, you can't play on the right. No, you can't. Beraldo, please tell me you can play on the left. Oh, not bad. You can play as a wing back. Okay, good. That's the song is being in my head. Now you all have to suffer too. Yeah, there. Ha ha, you're suffering. Ha ha. How many of you got a tune in here? There. The whole day that tune has been in my head. No? Yeah. I can't get rid of it. It's stuck in my brain. It won't leave me in peace. So guess what? You guys gotta suffer through it too. Ha ha. How was the lyrics? Get on up. I don't know. Move on down. I don't know. I can't help it. It's been in my freaking head the whole day. I had to send my kids, and my kids were humming it in the car, no? They were like singing the song. Daddy, play it again. I'm like, huh? Play it again, huh? Play it again, huh? That's my life as a father. I am at the whims of my children. Thank God it's not Taylor Swift. If Taylor Swift, I throw the children out of the car. Get out of my car. Yeah, I'm the kind of dude, no. I'm like old-fashioned, okay? Boys, you want to listen to who? What are you singing to Taylor Swift for? Why can't you listen to Radiohead, AC/DC, Metallica, Grateful Dead, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin? If I hear them play one Taylor Swift song in my house, okay, I disown the 2 of them. My first 2 boys, first marriage, I can't help it. Okay, all influenced by the stupid idiot man they married. He listens to Taylor Swift. He's a bloody softie. Okay, one day I met the 2 boys, the bird humming the song. I said, "What the happened to the 2 of you?" They're like, I've got nothing against these singers. I don't. All these Swifties out there, I got nothing against you. I just don't like the music. Okay, I don't do Celine Dion, Taylor Swift. What's her name? Mariah Carey. All this. I mean, I like Donna Summers. I like Diana Ross. I like the Supremes. I like Amy Winehouse. Okay. There are some female singers that I really love to listen to, right? Like, really, I mean, I love the music because the lyrics are so cool. Okay. So there are some great singers out there. But the moment somebody plays Celine Dion in my car, the CD and the person get thrown out. There was once I went on a long drive, a really long drive, and this guy came to my car with CDs, right? Needless to say, he didn't make the rest of the trip. I made no compromises. Bro. If I drive the car, you ain't touching my music. You don't like my music? Find yourself another ride. I'm sorry, man. That's just the way I've been built. Because when I was growing up, my dad did the same shit to me. Okay. Yeah, I know. I played ABBA and my father almost threw me out of the car. Don't you play any of that ABBA shit in the car. So my father hated ABBA. My father hated ABBA, though. He was one anti-ABBA. But Beatles all okay. Yeah, Beatles all okay. Because my father used to, my dad's a musician, right? So he played Beatles and all that. In fact, he maybe learned Norwegian wood on the guitar. I was made to play Norwegian wood. Even with the dragging, because we had to play the sitar, that sound. Yeah. So I learned the sitar. My dad taught me the sitar. Yeah, so all that. So I had to play it. It's on a sitar. It's such an easy song to play on a sitar. It's just one note. They don't do any other complicated things on this. Hey, Sierra, just good. How are you, man? We have a problem in my club because we have no more players. Stavo, please come back. Please. Beraldo injured. Endoye injured. How long more, man? 2 days, thank you. You? 2 days, thank you. You? Nico Williams out for 5 days. This guy out coming back tomorrow. We gotta really be very careful with the players. Watanabe can play, but he cannot bring the ball forward. That's the problem. Vandenberg at least has some ability. His first touch is there. He's got some. That's why he's playing here. They got Ferguson, Bishop. Ferguson has not been impressing me, I tell you. I'm beginning to have my doubts about how good he is. He's built for a different kind of tactical system, I think. But we have no wing backs because the board sold all my wing backs except for what's his name? They kept Nick Brown and they kept Williams, right? But every other player, they've just said, you know what? You want them, you can have them. So we are basically in trouble. So we can play Garcia. Chico. Okay, Chico joins the first team immediately. Chico, the Miko, come in. First team striker. Tiki press, are you? Rocky, go long boy, no more players. Hard to do. You still don't defend, brother. What? He kick the ball, I hope he never comes back, right? Paul, 11 players in the other half, go fight. In the moment they get the ball, pull the jersey. We play Manchester United without wing backs. Oh my God. Oh no. The things are so bad, I'm actually watching them inside. I rather instant result than to go through the torture. Seriously. I rather instant result. I don't want to watch the game. Quick, close my eyes. I mean, this game is all about players, not tactics. Not tactics at all. Okay? This game has always been about the players. So if you get the right kind of players, you do well. If you get the wrong kind of players, good luck to you. But it's been like this for many years, right? You take a tactic and then you take it to Man City. Oh, Man City can play any tactical system. You take the same tactic, you take it to another team, the team collapses. So is it the player or the tactic? Players, right? Because Man City players could do it. Right? So the players aren't good enough for your tactical system. But then people argue, no, but this tactic is great for, it's meant for the weaker underdog. Then why isn't my team able to do it? Then the argument becomes you need to find the right players. Therefore, it's a circular argument that you can never win. Yeah, ultimately, it's still about players. So whenever people come up to me and tell me the match engine has a lot of flaws, yeah, I do agree there are match engine flaws. I definitely agree. There's like that bloody offside. That was a match engine bug. It was clearly offside, but shit happens. Okay, so I can live with that because look, this is the World Cup. Even shit happens in the World Cup. Red cards get rescinded. That same thing happened in Football Manager. People will say it's a bug, but Trump is not a bug. They can't include that in the game, right? So, yeah, I still can't believe that they have rescinded Florian Balogun's. And it's not going on the record. So as far as they're concerned, this red card never existed. They give him but they still give him a probation of 1 year. What's that? Why do you give players probation for 1 year? What, they're not supposed to touch the ball? Or commit another foul? What happens if they commit another foul? What? They're gonna get another red card. I mean, how do you even implement probation for strikers? What, they got a probationary school? Is it somebody comes there and they have an officer coming there in the stadium checking him, go like, okay, you made 2 tackles, they clean probation. Then after your probationary period comes to an end, is there a judicial review? Like all the referees get together and go like, we rate him from 1 to 10 in terms of ethical challenging. Makes no sense. This Rule 47 has been around for many years. It was used for Garincha in the World Cup in 1970. So it's not something that's new, entirely new. It's a very little known rule in FIFA, which gives the referees group the chance to rescind to turn back some decisions that affect the team if they feel an injustice has been done. But apparently that they ignored that when Maradona touched the ball and gave England the goal. Yeah. They could have gone to Rule 47 and gone, Maradona touched the hand, used his hand to touch the ball went to the net. On video evidence, we need this game to be replayed. Could have done that, right? Rule 47 apparently only works on red cards. Seems a bit odd. There's already been, it was used on Garincha at the World Cup. I'm not joking. I'm not making shit up. You can watch where's the article? It's here somewhere. First, you got to listen to me hum the song because it's still in my head. I'm sorry. You see this one? Look at this, right? This is Garincha. Garincha went past Ray Wilson, right? And then, see, Garincha was actually sent off, no? He was sent off in the semi-finals, but was allowed to play in the finals. And Brazil still won because he was sent off in the semi-finals. But Garincha was allowed to play in the final. Rule 47. See, Trump made 3 calls to FIFA starting on Wednesday to ensure the change was made. Okay? Basically, that's it. But here, see, so basically, there were reports on Sunday night that the White House task force had in fact launched a legal challenge against Balogun's suspension focused on the use of slow motion replays. This is the real reason why the red card was rescinded. If this is true, this is the reason. Because if they allowed the legal team to challenge the decision, right, it would have major issues for any competition. There would be, people can start suing, potentially, right, there could be retroactive action taken against FIFA. So problem is not Belgium, no. Because for Belgium, it's not really fair. Because similarly, when the last that World Cup with Garincha played, right, Brazil won 3-1. It's the same shit is happening to them, right? So why is it possible that FIFA can bend the rules when it suits them? So this is the issue that they have. And I agree with Belgium. Because if this is the case, then England's tackle, like Kwanzaa's tackle yesterday, was it this morning? Yeah, this morning, right? So Kwanzaa's tackle this morning should be rescinded because he had no control of his body when he fell down because he didn't go for the player. If you notice, right, when he lands on the ground, his legs go up. He had no control of his body at that point because that's just physics, right? So when you land there, your legs will go up as a result. And you can see he's like, trying to avoid it, but his leg hits the guy on the thigh, right? So be it. It looks like he goes down after that, and it's an unfortunate challenge, right? No malice intended, but it was a red card. And then if you want to talk about rescinding one red card, what about all the other red cards in the tournament? Qatar had a few, right? I remember that. Qatar had that match there. Qatar played. Wasn't there 1 or 2 red cards in that game? So where do you draw the line? So maybe red cards should only be for, they should allow full-blooded challengers back into the game. Let them break their legs. Okay? No red cards anymore. Okay? The only time a red card is going to happen is when you headbutt a player or throw a punch, like ice hockey, and get ejected. Since they want to include hydration breaks, they might as well include this, sin bins and stuff like for football, right? No, you get like sent off, you spend some time in the sin bin, that kind of shit. That would be fine, for the World Cup, right? Yeah. Rooney's one was the same. Rooney was also quite upset because Rooney had a 3-game suspension, right, leading into the Euros. But you know what's the worst part for Rooney? And Rooney said this, no? He said, hey, they came to me. Oh my God, I lost another defender. Where is he? I lost a defender. I lost Vandenberg. This is getting from bad to worse. Beraldo now has to come in, and Beraldo is what? Beraldo is injured. What? What the hell is Beraldo? I can't play Beraldo. Is it? Beraldo is in the team. What? Why can't I put Beraldo on the pitch? Vandenberg is what? Red card or injured? I can't. I don't understand this. No. Why can't I put Beraldo there? Let's put I think Danso cannot play anywhere else but the center. Okay, we'll play Fujita here. Yeah, Beraldo apparently can't play there. I don't know what the logic was. Yeah, just play Fujita there. What happened to Rooney was FIFA game, and basically told him, hey, you know what? Your 3 game suspension, right? Okay, for the Euros, right, we'll make it 2 games. If you go and conduct this training session with children somewhere, Rooney, it doesn't even sound right. I'll take the 3 game suspension. You can find a quote on Twitter. I think people are more angry at Trump going into it. Yeah, that's true. But the fact is, you can't rescind a red card. Okay, if it's a red card, it's a red card. If you want to rescind it, then there's a lot of it's not fair. If you give a red card during competition, because this is not the first time red cards have been issued, what? How many World Cups? Gaza got sent off for a tackle, right? Before the days of these violent tackles, Gaza was sent off. I remember England lost Gaza, right? But that was ultimately proved futile anyway. England lost the game. But, where do we draw the line with red cards? There has to be a line that's drawn somewhere. Because apparently in the World Cup, anything goes for the World Cup. I find that is quite stupid. Which is ultimately is maybe I thought the World Cup was safe. No? At one point, I thought the World Cup was getting interesting. Right? I was like, wow, maybe I was wrong about the US being host of the World Cup. I mean, people like Erling Haaland basically saying Texas is like home to him now. And then you've got, I felt bad for the Iranians because the Iranians were treated quite badly, Yeah. But some can argue that it's because that's the law of the land or whatever. But I still think that you should give a team enough time to recover between matches. Don't treat them like they're not supposed to be there. The way the way they said it, and the way it was like, it was almost as if I got the impression we had hoped they wouldn't come, that kind of thing. Well, who are you to do that? It's a sports spectacle. Politics shouldn't get involved, right? But then we got Trump getting involved. Politics did get involved. So where do we draw the line? The World Cup has become tarnished, but the thing is, the problem is this, right? I think Donald Trump, whatever he touches, he tarnishes it. I don't get the politics here, but to be fair to everybody, but to come back to it, I do think the Florian Balogun red card was very harsh. It was very harsh. The problem is Balogun is really the only striker that they have. But now the US team has gone from being like everybody's like romantic dark horse. All allegiances have shifted to Norway now, all over the world. Everybody now wants Norway to win. I think the whole world wants Norway to win now. Norway has got the support of China now. Literally, I think every Chinese now. I think the number of Chinese babies born this year with the name Haaland will be amazing. Haaland Tan Ching. No, all be Haaland. Just watch. Even the Tan Haaland. His name Tan Haaland, Tan Hailan, Chen Hailan。你的名字是什么？我的名字是海兰。哇，你的名字很好。Chinese names, man. The number of children who were born with the name Helan. He is a word, what? Lan is a Lan, but Lan is like, the first part of Lan is Lan Tuo, meaning lazy. But you can change that, no? Lan Te. He Lan Te. Not bad. Can be a Chinese name. The number of children that we born, mark my words, the number of children will have Hailan. Because there's a place in China called Hainan, right? So they will have Chinese names coming, I'm guarantee you. Yeah, they're all, you mark the number of Chinese babies. Let's go. Yeah, okay. Let's do, I know where to go, DeepSeek. Chinese search engine. It's called a Chinese search engine. Or Chinese. Okay, I got my Chinese search engine. Yeah. Hopefully, I can still use it. There we go. Okay. Give me. Yeah. Shit. Think before. I don't think before anything. I just type only. Why am I capping everything? What is with me and initial caps? Damn it. Today is not a good day. Give me some examples of Chinese names which have been inspired by Erling Haaland. Where real examples, please. Hey, Kyle the God. The series show the Chinese fans have created popular nicknames. Aha! The series show the Chinese have created popular nicknames which are the closest example of Chinese inspired by him. Here are the main nicknames used for Haaland in China. Ha Bao, Ha Baby. He Bao. He Bao. Ha Bao. Ha Bao. Ha Bao. 默人不傲 Demon. Hey, wow, this is a cool one, man. This is a Demon Ball or Dragon Ball. Not bad. Because he's got some very cute memes right now. Erling Haaland memes World Cup China. Okay. There are some very cool memes right now for Erling Haaland right now. Images. Okay, not here. I saw some. Today I saw one that was damn good. This is the Chinese, right? This is the video, no? They got a commercial in China that is so funny. It blowing fire out of his mouth. Okay, but there's one really cool one today. Today it came out on X. Okay, on X. It's got to do with his walk. His specific walk. The latest one is very, very funny. But he's all over China right now. He's huge in China. Yeah. The Chinese striker is China's latest obsession. But it's not just this, no. It's in China everywhere. Ha, baby, there. Ha, bao. This guy is everywhere right now.
00后，金发碧眼，大长腿，身高1.95米，体重接近200斤，性格内向，害怕身体对抗，但奔跑。
He's big in China. Someone's got that face, that face of his. Look at this, right? He was eating noodles. You see, this guy was eating noodles right? Okay. No, this was an AI clip of this guy. So they used his face or this one. Yeah. So this one is quite interesting. There was a video clip, no? There's Erling. Yeah, Erling got a Chinese name. So I'm telling you, this guy has become huge in China. Very, very big in China. Very, very big now. Okay, so we got Vandenberg. We are playing this game halfway through another injury. Oh my goodness. We are losing players left, right, and center. I got no players left. Thank you, Abot, for giving me options. I love you. It's deep, deep. We got no players. Filter under. We gotta just quick add to the squad. Why do they want to play a player that's injured? Barrero. Edwards. And then I don't know, we'll just bring this guy along. Goodson. Marchon. Yeah, that's it. We have not enough players. Erling Haaland is the man. Norway to win the World Cup. No. Norway ain't going to turn into an 80s type scrap. Yeah, it will. I won't be surprised. They will defend resolutely, but England's biggest problem right now is defense. I don't see Kwanzaa's red card being overturned because the money is too big to see China Norway make it through. So they will suddenly FIFA will say things like, "Oh no, this red card was too violent, cannot be rescinded," kind of thing. So just mark my words. Kwanzaa's red card is not going to be rescinded. The English are probably hoping it will be because based on the running commentary right now. They're expecting they will never get it rescinded. Yeah, so I expect the England to struggle on the right flank. They don't have anybody. Apparently, Jordan Henderson broke his wrist celebrating. What the? He goes to the World Cup, doesn't play a game, and then gets injured while celebrating with the players. Apparently, he injured his wrist. But the thing is, Jordan Henderson is a bloody goalkeeper, so he doesn't need to use his wrist to play football. Right? We don't use our wrist. I mean, you can play with a brace on your wrist, right? People have played with braces. I mean, it's the wrist, right? I mean, yeah, okay, maybe you want to run, right? And you hurt your hand while running, but you can brace it, right? Oh my goodness, Harvey Keitel. Oh no, the guy's name is Y Keitel. He also got a yellow yesterday without playing. Bloody useless, Jordan Henderson. I don't understand why he's gone to the World Cup. But, I think Ronaldo has said this is his final World Cup. Neymar has said that this is, Neymar shouldn't have come to the World Cup to begin with. This Brazilian team had issues leading into this World Cup. And one of the biggest issues was this was not a team and they had no potential. I mean, the very fact that, Endrick is young, and I don't think he's proven himself to be a top flight international player for the team. Like they've lacked a prolific goal scorer for a few years now. Yeah, so Brazil is out. And Neymar was never a Neymar, I wouldn't put him in the category of a prolific goal scorer. It's more like a white man. Yeah, you don't bring you can play. That's my problem, right? With this whole notion that he's inside the dressing room. If you want him to be inside the dressing room, you can have there are so many. It's not like the World Cup. You can only bring, you cannot bring any support staff. You're telling me you cannot bring support staff? You mean the trainer, you cannot bring any physiotherapists, you cannot bring any trainers, is it? You cannot bring any baggage handlers, all that shit. You can't bring all this. I'm sure you can. All right. Doctor or cannot. Yeah. Inside dressing, the problem is this: when you play, you add a player so that he can warm the seat and keep players excited. Okay. And he still collects a medal he doesn't deserve. Then you've denied a player like Morgan Gibbs White or Phil Foden a chance to play the World Cup, or for that better, another fullback or a defender who they now sorely need, because they don't have fullbacks on the right flank now. What are they going to do now? So Jordan Henderson should never be in the World Cup. Neymar is a white player. They've not had a proper nine for many years. To me, bringing Henderson is not an option. Hendo is not an option as a fullback. Please. You telling me that there are no other right backs in England? Sorry, I refuse to believe that. I totally refuse to believe that. Yeah. Oh yeah, they have Trent Alexander-Arnold in the squad, right? Sorry. I cannot accept the notion that England pick Jordan Henderson ahead of other players. It still baffles my mind. If I tell you England are good, England now are going to suffer down their flank. Okay, mark my words, because Kwanzaa was their last option. They don't have a right back. And what happens if one of their defenders gets injured? Good luck to you, my friends. They got Guehi and what's his name there now? Guehi can actually play as a... Guehi can play on the right of a three-man defense, but that's about it. Yeah, they might do that. No, they might go to 3 at the back and turn Gordon into a wing back. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking they might just do that. Because then they came Bukayo Saka as a flying wing back, which is very possible. Which is probably the reason why they didn't play Saka until much later in the tournament. Because Bukayo Saka can be deployed as an advanced wing back. Because he's very dangerous coming from wide positions. That way they can line up 3 central defenders and use Bukayo Saka and Anthony Gordon as wing backs. Jet Spencer, maybe, but the question is, Jet Spence was he has not played well in the World Cup. He has not played well at all. Yeah. He'll be found out against better teams. Put a mention in game because I took it through the summer and Netherlands won the World Cup. Yeah, in your game. Yeah, okay. Very nice, In your simulation, they won. I always said, Netherlands will never win the World Cup. Said it before and I'll say it again. It's nice to see them at the World Cup, but they ain't winning anything, man. What tune is making his way to the pitch, babies? Yes, because oh my god. With a name like that, Goldsack. The man with the golden sack. Hey, if you know what sack means, you know why I'm going with that. Emil Hart or Alice Hart. Midfielder and striker. Oh my god. Can't bring anybody on. Jade Dance. Dance, you know, go on or not? Shamtiti, Stavo. Stavo is to come over. Dance is to come on. Yeah, okay, all right. Okay. Stavo just came out from injury. Spence will be available again, right? Spence will be available. I don't know, man. I thought he was. I'm not sure he's going to be available. In my game, Netherlands won the World Cup. Yeah, sorry. I didn't really take any time out to look at the World Cup. But look at us, man. We're doing okay. We've won our first game, and we lost our first game, right? Yeah. So this will mean there's 1 win, 1 loss in the conference. Not too bad. We are on the leaderboard, and we are playing quite well against Werder Bremen. Oh, come on. Defended. Fortan is not a bad goalkeeper. There we go. Look at us. 3rd on the table, man. 3 points. Our first win. Yeah, this will be our first match. Norway will win the World Cup. They will have all the might of the Chinese Empire behind them. The whole Chinese Empire is behind them. They'll be cheering from the other side of the continent or the other side of the globe, right? There is no way that Norway, in my opinion, right, Norway is going to win this World Cup hands down. The rest of the teams are just going to fold and give up. And Norway will attack. Erling Haaland will attack on the left. Erling Haaland will not play through the middle. Mark my words, Erling Haaland will come off the left flank against England. They will torment the left flank with Erling Haaland. Mark my words. They will just charge that blooder. The Burger is going to charge like a bloody bulldog that flag because he's going to come from that position and cut inside. Got Erling Haaland is a force to be reckoned with when he's playing wide in attacking space. No? England will try and play a low block against. I won't be surprised if England take a very negative defensive posture against Norway. Because Norway proved, right, that they are very capable on the ball. Against Brazil, Brazil never saw the ball. Brazil was like, hey, we are Brazil, but we can't touch the ball. That is such an insult to Brazilian football. No? Carlo Ancelotti cannot show his face in Brazil anymore. He goes to Brazil, they'll burn his effigy. At the moment he lands, he can't... The Brazilians have gone back to Brazil. They're Ancelotti there by himself. Ancelotti, you can go back to where you came from. Don't come back to us. Don't come with us back to Brazil. He cannot go to Brazil. He'll be hanged. Arne Slot will be the new Dutch coach. Yeah, possible he could be the Dutch coach. TK Press wants England to win it. Nah, I don't want England to win it. Not that it's not. I've got nothing against England, but I just want to see another nation do it. Like I want the World Cup to get fired up. Like somebody light the fire underneath some country's ass. No? And there's this whole magical story that when Norway win it. Look at their fans. Erling Haaland leading the drums and the fans post-match. The row your boat, or the Vikings are rowing on. It's like the barbarians are coming, man. That's the whole atmosphere is there. What do England have? England have Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel and Jordan Henderson. There's no drama there. But I have to admit, having England win the World Cup without a top goal scorer could be quite strange. Because you got Messi, Mbappe, and Erling Haaland leading the charge, right, for the Golden Boot. Hey, I want all three teams to make it because that would be phenomenal for us football fans. France, one guy chasing the Golden Boot. Argentina, one guy chasing the Golden Boot. Norway, one guy chasing. How good will that World Cup be? It will be the best World Cup of all time. It will be the best simply because we got three freaking guys on the Golden Boot charge. Never in the history of the entire World Cup have we ever had a World Cup where three players were chasing one Golden Boot. And Kane is just one goal behind them. That makes it four potential players on the Golden Boot. You tell me you want England to win. No, I want all these teams to end up having some say. Norway will play England for sure, right? Okay, so that means England might be out. Then on the other side of the draw, we got France, right? France have basically locked in all the way. So I suspect France will end up Argentina, right? So France will end up playing Argentina at some point. And then in the other side, if all things come to a head, then Norway will end up. I mean, the way I see it, it will be Norway. I just think so. I don't know how. I can't remember what the table looks like. Yeah, it's never had 48 teams, so definitely the world record. I agree with you. The World Cup has never had 48 teams, and therefore the Golden Boot will definitely have a higher chance of seeing more than 7 goals. Yeah, I agree with the whole argument, right? I do. Don't get me wrong. But in terms of total games that have been played, it's not that far off. It's like maybe one game extra. They're playing one game more. Okay. They have a quarterfinals, because this time they have a round of 32, which is one extra game. Okay. So it's one extra game. Normally it's World Cup group stages to quarterfinals. So to World Cup group stages to knockouts, which is last 16, then quarters, then semis. That's the World Cup normally. So the only difference this World Cup is around 32. So essentially all we have is one extra game. One extra game does not mean that you scored, we had a phenomenal World Cup because of the one extra game. It's just one extra game, okay? One extra game. Yeah, people argue, you got one team there like Haiti to score goals, but come on, there was Cabo Verde as well. They denied a lot of teams chances to score, so you can't really discredit any of these teams because very few of them had complete blowouts. Some of them conceded 4 goals, 5 goals, but that's in every World Cup. We always have one team that does that, right? So I don't accept the argument. Yeah, but it's not that bad. The range of players, but come on. There are teams that play well. Cabo Verde play well. Iran made it difficult for teams to score against them. New Zealand made it difficult for teams to score against them, except for one game. And then Australia as well. So it's not like it's not like they were banging in the goals against them. Like, it was not a complete disaster. Yeah, Tunisia just failed to show up. That was the disappointment for me. But look at Algeria. They didn't play badly. So I think that, gotta give credit where credit is due. I'm not gonna knock the teams for their performances. I think the teams played really well this World Cup. And if they scored a golden boot, I'm the kind of person, right? Okay, it's not easy to score goals, no. We don't play the game every day, right? I don't play the game every day, but the few times I've actually played the game, I can tell you, you don't score 5 goals every game. Okay, you don't score like a hat trick in every single game. I've played matches where, the only time I actually do play well, one time I scored 5 goals in one game, was when I played a team, right, that was so bad. It was like they couldn't string a pass. And we just walloped them. And we only beat them by 5 goals to 0. Okay. But that doesn't happen every Sunday. So I don't think so. La. Egypt to win against Argentina, no way. Argentina to beat Egypt. Yeah. But you also have to look at the other World Cups, right? A lot of the teams are very defensive. Like, the last time, this addition of another group, right, has made things a bit more interesting because teams are forced to win more games. See, the problem with some of the other World Cups was the spectacle wasn't there. Do you remember World Cups where the scores were like 1-0, 0-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 0-0? Oh, quarterfinal. Yeah. How many 1-0, 0-0, 0-1, 0-1? Sometimes, and the worst part was there was one World Cup, I remember, many years ago, right? The last game was rigged because the teams are all like, okay, this team needs to win by 3 goals, 4 goals, or whatever, nonsense. Yeah, to make sure that they both qualify or whatever. But the thing is this, it's not that many. There was one World Cup where they all they did. I remember, there was one Euros as well, that very defensive football, no goals were being scored. Yeah, you cannot argue, but that trends. Yeah. Sometimes teams are very they're not confident. They don't have the players to take it forward. Some teams like Cabo Verde, look at them. Cabo Verde were phenomenal. They believed in themselves. So when people tell me these teams, look at Iran. Given Iran's situation and the fact that as a team they were not accorded the similar privileges as other teams, without the recovery time, they didn't concede a goal in the tournament. Can you imagine what they would have been like if they were totally rested? And they had their kit man and all their staff there, their physios and their dietitians were there too, because they did even the damn photographers weren't even there. There's a picture of a Iranian photographer. They had to take pictures from a bloody television, to send back home, no? Because he wasn't allowed to travel with the team. So, of course, the Americans have every right to deny anyone entry. That's their prerogative. But what I'm trying to say is that in this situation, we cannot rule out these teams because they have done themselves credit. New Zealand did themselves credit. Australia definitely did themselves. My Australian friends were cheering for their team until the last day. My friends were believing in their team. I've never seen my Aussie friends believe in their team so much until this World Cup. So yeah, Aussies did well. They did okay. The team that disappointed me the most was South Korea. South Korea was so embarrassing. I thought South Korea failed to show up at the World Cup. So there were teams that all did well. Costa Rica also. There were some teams that have historically been quite good. Cabo Verde was brilliant this World Cup. Kai Havertz has scored. We have not played well. I'm not even looking at the game. What's going on? Skip. Disable until match is live again. What have I done? I've not done anything. What live nonsense? There's no live here. Okay, let's look at this, right? Live, okay. I don't know what's going on in this game. I must have pressed something. Iceland a few years ago. Wales? No one gave them any chance, but look at how they played. But come on now, guys. Every team that has a World Cup, the thing is, these teams have not lied down and taken the shit. No. Cabo Verde played smart football. Greece won the Euros by playing the most negative football of all time. They are most negative, though. I remember Greece at the World Cup. They were so negative. That Euros, man, I was so bored watching Greece play. But they won it. They deserved it. So, you cannot say that the World Cup would have been better. The World Cup would have been better because for too long, right, the World Cup has been too elite. Yeah. Way too elite. Now you're given, but I think Asian places at the World Cup should be reduced. They should be. Of the worst teams right now, all come from Asia. Seriously, we have the worst teams taking part in the World Cup. Right, so the standards have to be raised in Asia, so they shouldn't get automatic qualification. But the money is too big in Asia. They will not ever do that. We're losing games. Portugal was also negative. But Portugal was not just... But Portugal had a few very good games when they won the Euros. They weren't just negative. Portugal had a few very good games. They were more physical than negative, in my opinion. They didn't play bad football. They were just physically more brutish than every other team. The Greeks that were the World Cup, they were not... the Euros, they were not... I remember Denmark. Remember Denmark one time? The football they played, oh my God, long ball football. Cook the ball right into the area, score goal just to win the thing. Yeah. So sometimes teams play unattractive football. Underdogs have to play the way they need to play to deny teams a chance. So sometimes these stories can make compelling arguments to have more of them in the World Cup. But there have to be standards. That's how I feel. I'm glad that Cabo Verde was the World Cup, Bosnia-Herzegovina was the World Cup. Bosnia-Herzegovina, I just feel for them because, countries like that, right? The World Cup is not just about football, it's about hope. It's about hope. It's about giving the world something to look at amidst all the negativity in the world, to give us that much, that symbol of hope. That's what the World Cup actually means to me. Yeah. It's not about the football. It's about the hope of somebody rising up and claiming it. And that team is an underdog. That's who I cheer for all the time at the World Cup. The issue is politics has never been front and center in the World Cup until this bloody World Cup. So that hope got tarnished very badly for me. So I'm a bit unhappy with it. Portugal wasting team play for the WO, so you can prove it. They didn't qualify, but the one because I happened and UEFA gave them the spot. Yeah, correct. And then Denmark won the world, and then Denmark won UEFA. Yeah, I still remember that one. And they did it, no. But exactly, I think what FIFA did is completely unforgivable. But the point is this: the challenge itself, in my opinion, right, the challenge itself was a bit dodgy. It was dodgy. That challenge was dodgy. It doesn't look like when you look at it the first time, no challenge one. But then, the problem is this, right? And this has been my argument since day one. Has been, if we are going to avoid red cards for slow motion replays after the fact, then what about all the other challenges, all the other incidents that happen? Do you want to replay everything? I mean, I don't know, man. We draw a fine line here. So they have, for me, honestly, right, if the referee doesn't see it, VAR should not be involved. Then only after the game, because we're protecting referees too much, in this competition. Referees are too protected. The problem is the referee, not the system. The system is not, the VAR is not the issue here. It's the way we use VAR. We are using VAR to protect the referees, not to protect the game. The problem is they use that argument to protect the game. They say we're protecting the sanctity of the game. No, you're not. You're fucking protecting the referees. So my issue with this whole argument has always been this. If you want to use VAR, the person who should call for VAR is the referee when he's in doubt. Okay? He can call for a decision, blow the whistle, but the truck should never tell a referee, hey, you should review this incident because something happened. No. If a player goes and decides he wants to headbutt another player, referee doesn't see it, that's his problem, right? He's got linesman that can tell him. Linesman can tell him, hey, you know, beep, beep, something happened here. Linesman tells the referee because linesmen are in the game, right? Okay. The problem is, right now, this truck getting involved for incidents that happen after the fact. But if the referee screwed up something really badly, then censure the referee after the fact, right? After the match is over, yes, we apologize. The referee did a very bad job. He shall not be refereeing any tier A games ever again. Boom. That's it. You punish. The referees association takes responsibility. The problem is they don't. They accept the situation and go, you know what, this is VAR, it's technology, we're using technology to improve the game. The problem is, this does not improve the game. It does not. And I think this is the problem with the game right now. VAR is being used to protect the referees. They're not used to protect the game. That's my point. And I think at the end of the day, if something isn't done about it, because, you know what, it's something that FIFA doesn't want to do. They don't want to open the whole Pandora's box. Because the Americans wanted to challenge FIFA. And that's the only reason why they caved in and rescinded Balogun's red card. Because the Americans were about to challenge the very foundations on which VAR is set up on. And if they had been successful, and I guarantee you they would have been, then it would have thrown this whole VAR thing into the dust. And the FIFA had to protect VAR because they got this system. They want it to work. They want to protect their referees, but they don't want to protect the game. That is the problem. That is the problem. Referees are too protected. The referee should be the one calling for VAR, not the VAR truck calling the referee. That is my issue with the game. And that's why I hate VAR until the day I die. I cannot accept VAR. Because VAR, the moment it calls a ref, that's it. For me, it's failed already. What's the point of having a ref on the game? You tell me then we should remove the referee altogether and not have the referee. Have this bell that goes off, ding, because the truck saw something. Rewind, ding, playback. They will go right. Okay, play has been stopped. Ding, ding. Video action replay has shown that you have committed a foul in this spot. Boom. Do that, why do you have referees then? Modernize the game. Don't have referees and linesmen anymore. Why can't we do that then? Well, you see, at the end of the day, we are giving more employability. This is my other point here, okay? Referees are going to become, in my opinion, why are referees still in the game? Why we need FIFA now is to give referees more pocket money to play football, is it? To referee games. So we have to give the VAR, because now, instead of having 3 officials in the game, now we have 6. No, we have 6 fucking officials that people have to pay for. No? So FIFA now has got wages to pay for the 3 on the pitch and the 3, not the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on the pitch because they've got the guy who holds the board, the assistant referee, and then they've got 1 more standby referee. So there's 3, 4, 5. 5 there on the field, and then 3 in the truck. There's 8. 8 people. So FIFA is willing to employ. So you tell me what's wrong with the game today? Have AI subs, You mean you can use video assisted referee? You cannot use AI, is it? Have an AI refereeing the whole fucking thing. Let the AI take over their jobs. But no, we have to protect the referees and the referees association. That's the problem in the game. See, the game is now really been by referees. So in my opinion, the problem with the football is not the game itself. I've got no issue with VAR. I've got an issue with having the referees not take responsibility for decisions made on the pitch. They should be responsible. They should be the only ones calling for stoppages, not the VAR truck. And I'm not the only person that said that. A lot of players and a lot of pundits have been saying the same thing for years. The truck has no right to take part in the game. If anybody wants to call for the video assisted referee or wants to call for VAR, it should be the bloody truck referee. And the only other time is offside. So we got 2. Ball crossing over the line, disputed. That's 3 then. That's about it. Other than that, we shouldn't. I think it's stupid. Yeah, maybe VAR is what? You're innocent until proven guilty. For me, it's not. Referee is the final law. Because somebody has to be the final law. The game is moving so fast. Yeah. I don't think that, for me, like, first, politics should be in football. But VAR is politics in a sense. It's more about keeping the institution of the referees, right? Protecting they've been protecting the institutions of the referees for too long. Yeah, it's always been protect the referees at all costs. This game has always been about that. And it's very disappointing. For me, it's extremely disappointing. But hey, you know what? That's football for you. Anyway, thank everybody coming on today's stream. We shall be back tomorrow with more of the same. But the news is that we are back. So what I would love from all of you, is this. Okay. YouTube videos are coming back next week. All right. But before they come back, I have to get the videos cut, right? So let me know in the comments below what kind of videos you want to see. What kind of guide videos? Let me know on Discord as well, because we are going to be doing longer streams from next week onwards. That's when I get help and I can finally start working out again. I put on some weight, man. 1 whole year of not being able to do this has been affecting me very badly. Physically, it's made me extremely lethargic and very tired. Very, very tired. I do a 2-hour stream and I feel like collapsing. Last time I could do 6-hour streams. Now I can only do 2-hour streams before I go, no more energy. There are 5 people looking at the pitch. Yeah, I know. The problem is, this game is hocus pocus. Anyway, tomorrow, I actually stayed up for Norway and Mexico this morning. Such a good game. You guys, I love all of you. Thank you for coming today. I shall see you tomorrow. Good night. Have fun. And don't forget, let me know in the comments below on Discord what kind of shows you need me to do for you on Busternet.